What the hell is up, guys? My name is Will, we're playing games, and today I've got all of my Erratic deck stake wins. For contrast, this took me 8 hours to beat all the stakes, and for just gold stake on the black deck, that took me 14 hours. This was much easier, much less heartbreak, a lot less tier, but it still required locking in. At the start of every run, which I often forgot to record, you gotta look at the deck. You gotta see how crazy the deck is. Like, ideally, you're gonna want to start with a deck that has like 12 kings or 12 queens or a bunch of twos, and then you run into Wee Man. But I would say more often than not, you're getting an awkward number like a bunch of sixes or a bunch of sevens. Just cards that don't have jokers that buff them, quite frankly. Also, peep this 1, 2, 3 in a row wins on the first 3 stakes. Let's fucking go. I think I'll probably do a video that's just like how many times I can win Balatro on the base difficulty. Anyways, another time. But this deck, more so than other decks, is probably the most tempting one to start, look at what the deck composition is, and then immediately restart, which I did none of, by the way. But I would say the sneaky disadvantage to this deck is you can get a deck that has a great composition. Like, for example, you could get a deck that starts with 10 twos, but then all the jokers you pull in the first couple rounds are all buffing face cards. Unlike the decks that start with the regular distribution of cards, you can't really bend your deck that far away from its original composition in this one. Also, watch me not realize that I'm on the verge of winning this stake, and so I sell my Molt card instead of Hiker, so I can further buff my deck, only to lose. I love Hiker, but if you love something, you should let it go, and I hung on too long and it caused me to die, but it's okay, because on the very next attempt, we crushed it. I've yet to find Obelisk early and successfully pivot to it late. Like, I'm always grabbing it early, being like, I'll play pair for the first half of the run, and at the same time level up high card, and then eventually pivot to high card to be able to buff the hell out of Obelisk. But with that plan, so many things can go wrong. Like here, I simply am just not strong enough to get to phase 2 of my plan. But luckily, I pull Obelisk 2 rounds later, and I have learned from my mistakes, and I lose in the same exact way, actually. God, I'm really not good at using this guy. In attempt number 13, I have a staggering 9 aces. Surely, this will be good and lead me to a W. Or I'll die playing a desperate 2-pair because I couldn't find all my aces. Real quick, watch both these magic cards hit $20 twice in a row. Let's go! But oftentimes, money can't buy points, and I still die. Check me out absolutely beefing the math here. After I nail this straight, oh, I'm only 40 points away. Surely 2 4s will win that. Oh. I got a good feeling about this. We've got 8 whole queens. What more could you want from a starting Erratic deck? 8 queens and a legendary joker, Yorick. All I gotta do is do some discarding. This is an easy dub. Blue stake in the books. Let's go. Another thing that kept happening to me during this, all these attempts, were I kept finding Brainstorm and Blueprint first without any accompanying jokers, and it's like a huge rush to come across those jokers early, but it just makes it way sadder when you don't find anything good to duplicate to keep you alive. Especially because they usually cost like 10 bucks, which like in the early rounds is pretty much all your money, and so it totally guts your earning potential to get other jokers. And then it just makes the loss all the more brutal. Because it's like, you had the good cards, you know? What happened? To totally shift gears, I've really trained my TikTok algorithm to show me videos from accounts from guys that have no followers, like specifically weirdo old guys with 0 followers that are posting like very heavily edited, insane videos. And I can't help but like and comment LFG. I want that. Like, I love it so much when I get a comment, you know? It's like, I gotta let these crazy guys know that I'm with them. So anyways, I think one of these guys is trying to start a cult. And he's not very successful at it so far. He doesn't really have anybody, but I just commented on one of his videos that let's fucking go. And he just responded to me going, "Are you looking for your tribe?" So yeah, if you guys don't see me for a little bit, I might be in this guy's cult. Anyways, back to the damn game. I double skipped right there because I think it's funny to have 2 rare jokers at your disposal so early. And I pick up Baron, but Again, Baron early on isn't really that good because it's tough to 1.5x high card or pair when they're not leveled up. And another L. What is there to say? What is there to say about another L? Anyways, this deck is actually looking pretty balanced for the most part. And then, you know, I find some good cards. Low-key Baseball is such an underrated joker. It's hilarious to watch it proc a bunch of times. And, you know, I just find a bunch of uncommon jokers. I'm playing mostly Ace of Hearts. It's kind of a weird one, but, you know, 5-card Ace build. What the hell? Why not? And hey, believe it or not, here, I get Obelisk first, again. But with all the lessons I learned from the last 2 Obelisk runs in this video, I'm sure that I can make it work. I'm hitting flush of clubs all the time. I got the joker that juices it up. I've got, you know, I've done it 10 times. I have all this other room to build for all this other stuff. And, you know, I just think I'll be set. Like, I don't get that joker, man. I've only really, like, used it once when it was successful, and I think that it's convinced me that it's good. But, for me, it's not. Anyways, we get some classic face card jokers. We got Sock and Buskin. We got Photograph. We got Showman. We're looking for another Photograph. It feels like cheating. We also find Hanging Chad. And you know what? We're skipping a blind, so we make sure that all of our temporary jokers make it to the last round of Ante-8. And to no one's surprise, all those cards crush. They absolutely crush, and we wrap it up. That's it. That's the whole video. Little celebratory screen shake. RIP to the Erratic deck. I don't think I'm going to play this deck ever again. I didn't. It was fine. But I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.